Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Chronic Colouring Down Under. Firstly, I'd like to thank those who have subscribed so far, and I'd like to welcome those who are watching for the first time. Thank you. My name is Sarah, I'm from Victoria, Australia, and today I'll be doing day 3 colour along of the Sally Berry Advent Calendar. So grab your book, colour along, or just grab a drink, put your feet up and enjoy. Hi everybody, welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. As I said in the intro, today we're doing page 3 of Sally Berry. So if you are joining in with me, pause the video, grab all your goodies and sit down and enjoy. Otherwise you can just listen to me babble on. I'm pretty good at babbling on lately. So I'm going to do my snowmen a different colour. I'm going to do them the mint blue out of the Ohuhu pastel set, my favourite set. So, and it feels very nice and juicy, so I don't think we're going to run out in this video. So, sorry being a Molly Duker and a left-hander and you guys not seeing as easily. I hope everyone's having a great start to our Christmas month. Unfortunately, we haven't. And it might interfere with my recording a little bit. One of our sons has disclosed to us that he has been getting bullied at school again. To give you a bit of a backstory, he was actually assaulted last year by 2 boys. We got the police involved, it was that bad. And yeah, it took a lot of work for us and for him to be able to move on. And he got accepted into this really good camp we have here in Victoria. It's the Alpine Camp. It's a school for leadership, and he got accepted there, and so he was away from us for a whole term, which was really hard for a mum, but he got so much out of it and just loved it. So the start of the year was really good while he was at school. Then of course we had lockdown, so he, both my boys, we're very, very lucky. Both our boys are quite strong academically, but the one that I'm talking about today, he needs that interaction. He needs to be able to bounce ideas and talk about it with fellow classmates and teachers. So he does it in that respect. He does not do well with homeschooling, and I totally understand that because I was a bit like that. I liked having the school classroom to talk backwards and forwards about different ideas or debating or whatever we were talking about. So anyway, he the other night his mood was really, like, first off I was just putting it down to normal teenage moods because he's been a bit moody for quite some time. His appetite has gone. Darren always used to joke that he was born eating a steak because he's just been such a good strong eater since day one. He'll try anything, and we've just been noticing the last few months that he just doesn't have an appetite. And, you know, we were trying to find out what was going on there, and I'm just not hungry. So we thought, well, maybe it's just to do with growing. You know, he was still getting enough nutrients in, we felt, and because he loves his vegetables. We're very lucky like that, not like his brother. So he was at least eating the right things. And anyway, the other night I'd been sitting out the back with Darren because we let our cats go outside for about 10 minutes in the evening just to have a wander around and a bit of a play. We don't let it, otherwise our cats are completely indoor cats. And we just, it's getting to nice weather. Well, it is nice weather, and at that time of night it's not too hot sort of thing, and we can take them out. So Darren and I had been sitting out there for a while watching the cats, and you can't let it get too dark because they're both black, so you can't be out there with them for too long. And we've come in, and he was actually still up, sitting up, and he was on the couch, and then he's just bolted over to me, and because he's taller than me, well, all my children are taller than me now, he nearly bowled me over, and he's like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, what for? And he said, oh, if you're nagging me to do the dishes. And I said, Jace, you know, it's not that, that's okay, you know, that's part of being a family, and it's all right. I'll keep nagging you for as long as I have to, and it doesn't change the way I feel about you. And then all of a sudden he just started blurting out all this stuff that's been going on at school since he's returned from like lockdown pretty well. And it's not, he hasn't been assaulted, thank goodness. And I'm certainly not saying that this type of behaviour that's been happening is okay, because it's not. But every single day he's either getting a water bottle thrown on him, or his lunchbox thrown in the bin or on the roof, or the day that he broke, which I think was the day that really got him, about 7 or 8 of them stood in a small circle around him and was sort of pushing him backwards and forwards, you know, calling him gay and a faggot and all this horrible stuff. And he's not gay, he has a girlfriend, but so what if he was? That's neither here nor there as far as I'm concerned. And he, you know, he asks it all the time, just stop, will you stop? And it's just the consistency of it happening day in, day out. And so we have pulled him out of school for the rest of the year, basically. I've spoken to the school because I think he's technically only got like a week left, and then it's activities week. And we've said if there's days that you feel, because he loves school and he loves learning, and he even, you know, he says, I want to go. And so I've spoken with the assistant principal, and they're aware of what's going on. And unfortunately, he won't give us any names of who the kids are, but the school are starting to investigate it, because it's a real tricky one, because these kids, the nicest way I can put it, without also swearing on camera, is that I don't think these boys have a brain cell between them. It's not full-on nasty malicious, really mean bullying, in their eyes, they're just mucking around and playing. But in also saying that, if someone's telling you to stop, you stop. And if this is happening to you day in, day out, of course it's going to wear the poor bugger out. So, yeah, he didn't go to school yesterday, so it was good I didn't need to record. Sorry, I will just quickly apologise. I've had to have my window open. It's quite warm here today, so if you hear traffic, I apologise. So yesterday we made him a doctor's appointment for this morning, and we have a mental health plan in place for him. We're not doing medication yet, and that wasn't, I mean, I was sort of relieved, like I'm hoping that we can try other ways, but I'm not going to say no if it's going to help him, because, well, it'd be very hypocritical of me, wouldn't it? Because, well, I take antidepressants for my anxiety and depression, so why would I stop my son having being allowed to have that if it's going to help him? But the doctor just wants to see how he gets on with some visits with the psychologist, and he's also giving him a very low dosage of a sleeping tablet. It's a more natural, it's not like Valium, because I did say I did ask him, was there something that we could buy over the counter for him that, you know, more natural, that would be helpful for him? Because I've always, my daughter never had any antibiotics until she was 18, and they were precautionary when she got her tonsils out. They gave her antibiotics while she was in hospital, and that was just something that this eye, ear and nose specialist did with all his patients, because he didn't, you know, especially because there's stitches in and all that sort of stuff, he didn't want any infection to flare up after. And then Jace had antibiotics a couple of months ago, and he's just turned 15, and they were the first time he'd ever had antibiotics, and that was because he fell over out the back and slit his finger open on Darren's fire pit, chasing the cat. And yeah, his finger, when we took him to the hospital, they glued it instead of stitching it. And when we took him to his GP to have it looked over, checked up on a few days later, he was not very happy. They should have stitched it because it was starting to come undone and infected. Yeah, so he had to go on antibiotics for that. So I've always been, you know, if we can find alternatives of any sort of medication, we try. But also, I'm very, if that's what he's going to need, well, he's going to need it, and we just will normalise it. And he became a bit more privileged to my mental health, just so he didn't feel like alone, because I think it's pretty scary for kids these days with, you know, mental health. And when I spoke to him, his face almost, I want to say lit up, because that doesn't sound, but it was like a huge relief for him. It was like, wow, yes, I feel like that. That's exactly how I feel. And sometimes, you know, kids and teenagers find it hard, or even adults at time. We find it hard to articulate exactly what's going on and how we're feeling. So I told him about a bit about my experiences, and that sort of made him feel a little bit, I'm not going to say better, but at ease, that, you know, he's not abnormal. So I'm going to, you know, obviously I'll be trying to get on and record every second day as much as I can, but because I've just got such an awesome community behind me, I know you guys would totally understand if I miss a day, because at the moment he is my number one priority, and that's just that, no question. So, and I know that you guys would never expect anything else, and if, you know, you'd be doing the same. So I'm gonna even thank you guys for your support before I know I just know that I'm gonna get it. And that's a pretty cool feeling too, for a mum, knowing that, you know, you've got support there. So yeah, he's very, very tired today, after he did the assessment for the mental health plan and whatnot, and it's draining, it really is. So we and Darren's just gone to have a lie down himself, so I thought, well, while those two are having a lie down and my other son's playing some sort of shooty up bang bang game on the TV, I'll quickly come in here and do some filming and on a quick sip of my Coke. So you know what that means, don't you? Yep, burpees. Sorry. I should have picked out my colours before I come in here. Sorry. Didn't think much. So yeah, so I'm sorry that I've not my 100% upbeat self. You know, there's a lot more to his story, but it's his story, and I'm very conscious of that, and I won't go into detail with anyone unless he asks me to talk on his behalf, because it's his story. And yeah, he knows that he's got all of us here for him, but he just said to me, I asked him a question when we got home, and he just said, honestly, Mum, I'm just really over talking about it at the moment, which is totally understandable. So we're just letting him lead the way. And of course, ever since last year, well, yeah, especially since last year, I've always, and as all mums do, you say, how was school today? But with my two, because of what happened last year, I always probe a little bit further. And that probably comes with my social work background as well. Sorry about that. See, I wasn't even concentrating on the camera. So yeah, I do probe a little bit more with the boys, to make sure everything's going okay at school. And there has been little things that have happened during the year, with both of them, and we've just changed some things of how we stuff is done, and teaching him about resilience and walking away. But sometimes they can't walk away, and pretty well, and they're at that age now where not that I do not condone violence, I do not at all, but we have also said to them that if you have to defend yourself, you hit back. If that means hitting back to defend yourself, you do it. Because why should they just be able to, should they lie there and just take a beating? I'm not going to have that happen again to any of my kids, or any kid. If I saw that, I would just, So, yes. So, wow, I've got that done quick, haven't I? So I'm going to leave that subject there. Otherwise, I might start crying on camera, and I don't want to do that, because this is the best time of the year, and we all know that Sarah loves Christmas. So we will finish these little parcels off, and it obviously won't be a terribly long video today. I don't know what colour to do the parcels. I might do, yeah. So thank you for listening to that. It's one thing I love about this community is that, you know, even you guys that don't have channels, also, you know, are such a huge role. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys that watch, none of us would have channels. But you're, you know, you're also very caring and offer, you know, support and your prayers and thoughts and all that sort of stuff. And that it does mean a lot to us. It really does. Because I'll be honest, until I actually started doing the channel and really getting into it, I had no idea the amount of work that actually goes into having a channel. I was pretty, I'm going to say, naive. I'm not saying you guys are naive, not one bit. But I certainly was. And now I just have a real, true appreciation of what other channels do. And, you know, there's some channels there that pump out a lot more than I do. And I'm in awe of them. And, you know, my goal is to be like that one day, but also my goal is to make sure I can keep doing stuff. I mean, if I tried to pump out a video every single day, I think it'd end up being a disaster. And you guys would get sick of me yakking. So, I've just realised that I've left my gel pens out in the lounge room. So when I finish this, I'm going to pause for a second and run out and get them. So has everybody finished their Christmas shopping or just starting? I've only got pretty well vouchers to buy now. Oh, and our main, as I said in, was it the Tinseltown Hop? Yeah, we're responsible for the ham, and I'll make a cheesecake and salad and whatnot, but I think I want to get the ham early, so I'll get a nice one. So I think I might go down, get Darren to take me down the street either tonight or tomorrow and pick one out. I'll be right back though, because I'll go and grab my gel pens. I won't be a sec. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? It's funny how yeah, I can remember before I watched, before I had my own channel, and they'd say, I'll be right back. And they'd probably been gone for however long, that we see them back in an instant. Still spins me out a bit. We're very lucky to have this type of technology. We really are. It's just amazing. And I am so, so thankful, and I'm so glad that I made a channel, because I was just a lurker beforehand. Every now and then I'd pop a comment in, but yeah, I was very much a lurker. And now I can't shush up. I'm sure there's times that people would say, oh, Sarah, stop. Because I do. I'll be like, woman, what are you going on about? Just shush. I've always been a chatterbox. Always. And it's funny now, I don't talk as much as I used to, and we make it, it's a running joke that the kids took away my chattiness, because it's funny, when my kids are at home and all three of them, they're all extremely chatty, very chatty kids. It's like, oh, seriously? And they seem to chat when the news is on or when you're watching a show, and you know, we have the rules like others. Just wait till the ad. Nah. Or they follow me to the bloody toilet and want a conversation through the toilet door. They're 13, 15 and 22. Like, hello. Let your mum finally pee in peace. Oh, and they just, yeah. But that's okay. I love it. But yeah, sometimes I do go, oh, just give the ears a rest. I do love school holidays, but especially like our summer holidays, the big one is sort of like, oh, is it back to school yet? Because your ears need a bit of a rest. But I tell myself, and especially since when my daughter left, then I realised how much I was going to miss everybody when they moved out of home. So I make the most of every bit of time I've got with them. If I feel like I'm like over it, that's what I tell myself now. I just say, they might, you know, they're not going to be here soon, so suck it up. Do a quick swatchy. So, yeah, enjoy them while you've got them, because before you know it, they're flying the coop. And yeah, I do have lots of regrets with our first, that I wish I'd done a lot differently, but we're human, we're not perfect. Now that is supposed to be yellow-green, but it's not showing up yellow very well, is it? Oh well, and there's some glitter on his buttons. I think I might leave it at that. Otherwise I'm going to wreck him. Oh, unless... This is my really expensive pencil case with my gels. I've been trying to sit down in my office one day and just go through and work out how many pencil cases I actually need. But because I've just been using my markers, I've pretty well just been putting it off. And yeah, I know it's gonna have to happen sooner than later, because, well, we all know I'm going to try and get into my pencils next year. More so. Bother, I thought I had a metallic-y yellow. Obviously I don't. Oh well, so we'll finish it off with my dots. I'll show you page 2. That was yesterday's little elf. So I had fun doing that. So we'll just chuck some dots on with the Zig dot markers. If you're interested in these dot markers, please look at the Ohuhu ones first. These are twice the price of the Ohuhus, and the Ohuhus are just as good. I bought these a while before the Ohuhus come out, but I then bought a second set in pastels, and I think the following day, that's when Ohuhus came out with their set. So yeah, these, now that, you know, another company has got them, I'm very happy to say, yeah, get them, because they are, I love them. I've done a lot of them on different pages. Just a bit of fun. And it's great if you want a background filler and you're someone like myself who doesn't do backgrounds a lot at the moment. But yeah, these Zig ones, they are expensive for what they are, really. I think I paid like $49 Australian, and that was for a set of 12, I believe. So yeah. So there is our 2 snowmen for the day, or snow girls. They could be snow whatever they want, can't they? So thank you so much, guys, for listening to me have a little bit of a vent. I promise you he is doing as well as can be expected, and hopefully we can just keep moving forward. But if I do go MIA, it's just because I'm playing mum first, and that's my most important role. So that's it for me today, my lovelies and my favourite koalas. So thanks again for supporting me by watching and just being there for me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with your friends, comment below, and you know the drill. Most of all, stay safe and happy colours, and have an absolutely amazing Christmas month. And I will see you on Sunday for day 5. Bye.